grease on here. It is what it is because I'm about to go to sleep. But I'm going to wait like 5 minutes. I know everybody is doing their Christmas stuff, but I'm sure y'all seen it. And if you haven't, we about to talk about it real quick because it's very interesting. Oh, I do got water here. Good job. Y'all know they said our video was banned in some countries. Here we go with the BS. Y'all hear me? The video we just did, they said it's banned in some countries. I guess the song or something we talked about. I have no idea which, but they are starting with the BS on YouTube as well. Ain't that crazy? As soon as we got off of here, probably about 30 minutes after I got an email. I told y'all they playing. Okay, so look here. It's enough of us in here, I'm thinking. Okay, because we don't gotta wait. Hey, so the Alabama radio. Can we talk about it? Do we want to talk about it? Hey, sister. Hey, y'all. Do we want to talk about the Alabama radio? That y'all wasn't gonna. I seen something last night, but I thought people was playing. And then I just got. But do we want to talk about it? Y'all know what happened? Y'all seen it? Yeah, Tinker. The people that pulled up in the summertime. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just let the young lady tell y'all. Hold on. mm-hmm. Just give me one moment here. Get back to the repost. Ready?
That lady's not lying. That radio was talking crazy shit last night. And they enhanced it on audio. And the video started out saying, is this on? And for real, they started talking in Russian and shit. And then they started saying the revolution is here. Be ready. Do not fear, some shit like that. Baby, after like 3 or 4 songs, it got back to talking every time. Every 3 or 4 songs they play, my heart beating. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on, y'all? And they start talking in Russian, like, what the fuck have y'all did to these Russians to have them coming over here? What the fuck?
Hey, Dad. I'm sorry to bother you. But back in the summertime, you kept telling us that it was going to be 2 people that was going to be pulling up in black trucks on the side of our grandma's house. You also told us that folks was clearing they was going to clear out the brush and stuff around our grandma's house. So if we try to get through to the alleyway, they was going to be right there. You know they called our grandma's house and said they coming. You did know that? They called our grandma's house and said, we ain't coming, we here. Did you see them outside? Interesting. Okay, I just wanted to see if you saw what we saw. Okay, thank you. Hey, baby. Hello? We did. We did, Diana. I was waiting on somebody else to say it. We did. It did. No? Did we? Yes. We talked about a specific strategy that a person used before. Using the exact. It was radio campaigns. It was airplanes flying, dropping leaflets. It was fires and flooding certain areas so that they could get to where they was going. Was it not? Was it not? Those is 5 things they used in those documentaries I told you to go watch. No?
And the video started out saying, is this on? And for real, they start talking in Russian and shit. And then they start saying the revolution is here. Be ready. Do not fear, some shit like that.
In Alabama, they took over. How do you take over the FCC? Do you know how hard it is to take over a radio station? People used to do it all the time, so they've put different things in place so that you cannot just take over a radio station. Are you understanding this? The FCC, that's what they do. And in between every 3 songs, they were able to do it. Not once, not twice, but a few times. You heard it, Shelly? Have y'all ever heard of anything like that happening? Have y'all? I'm 44. I haven't. A couple weeks ago, people's radios was tripping, remember? Only in the movies. What about Leave the World Behind? Is there anything like this going on in that? Leave the World Behind. Anything? One more for y'all. Give me a second. Who remembers what we read in, I believe it's Acts 2 and 11? Oh, excuse me. Give me 1 second. Nope, it's not 2 and 11. Hold on. It's 2 and 14. 2 and 17. I'm going to read this real quick and then I'm going to let y'all listen to something. Well, 14, it says, Then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice and addressed the crowd. Fellow Jews and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I say. These people are not drunk as you suppose. It's only 9 in the morning. No. This is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will show wonders in the heavens above and signs on the earth below. I will show wonders in the heavens above. This is in the last days when people are having dreams, men and women, and people are prophesying. It says, who? And signs on earth below. Blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Okay? Now, so God said in the last days, it was going to be people having dreams. It was going to be seeing visions. Folks was going to be telling people what was going on. He said on men and women. All of them. Everybody. Not just the men and women. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Listen to this dream this young lady had. And she's in tears. I'm not going to show it because they keep trying to get me for content something. But listen. Please.
I don't want to scare y'all or nothing, but I'm going to have to tell you about the dream I woke up from.
This was 13 hours ago. 13 hours ago, this lady posted that. Okay? So what, at like 7 o'clock? 8 o'clock this morning, she posted this.
I know people going to say, y'all been seeing stuff on TikTok. That's why y'all dreaming about this. Or y'all watching some scary movies and all this stuff. No. Yes, I have been on TikTok. And I do not watch scary movies. I haven't watched scary movies probably in over like 3 or 4 years. Listen. The dream I had.
She trying not to cry, y'all.
It lets me know that something is about to happen in the United States or all over the world. And I just hope that we be okay. Let me tell you what happened. I want to say I was out in the parking lot with some people, and we was just standing outside, congregating, talking, laughing, and then all of a sudden, the sky lit up. All these things start shooting down. Just shoot like bright lights and start shooting down on the ground. And everybody just started looking, and then all of a sudden people started running. Right? Now,
did we talk about that in our class? Did we just talk about that in our class? If you was just in the last class, we just talked about that. And 13 hours ago, I just seen this video. 13 hours ago, this lady woke up from a dream. You heard it. Listen. Okay. She said she was standing in a parking lot. All of a sudden, the sky lit up. And all of these lights or these things just started falling from the sky. And people started running. Hold on. Listen to this lady dream. She just posted this 13 hours ago. And I would show y'all, but she was tearing up, baby. She couldn't even get it out. I've had those dreams. Baby, it's so real. She like, You can see her trying to keep it together. Her eyes keep welling up with water, baby. Listen to how she breathes. I know those dreams. They be so real.
Previously, TikToks, I told you I work in the airport. I'm back at the airport again.
In real life.
Everybody is fucking screaming, hollering, losing their shit, like, going crazy. All of a sudden, these creatures come out from nowhere. They're attacking people, they're killing people. We're running, we're hiding, we're fighting, we're trying to stay alive. It's me, this white lady, and a couple more people.
Did we talk about creatures coming out? Have we talked about the manticore type looking beings that God has said about to be running around on this planet? Did we talk about lights and beings being released that had not previously? Talked about the demons too. We don't know what they're going to look like, do we? And they are back to help unalive people, are they not? And tear up the world. Yes. Do we agree? Okay. Listen, I said, oh.
I really don't know what their race was, but we was all together trying to fight these creatures off. And let me tell y'all, it was a bunch of different species, like a different species of creatures that was trying.
Huh? Did we? Just say yes if we did. Please.
To kill us or take us out. I can see the airport look like a fucking like it just looked like it has been tore down, tore up, like we've been living in this place for like years trying to survive.
Did we? Did we? Did we talk about this very thing? Did we talk about you ain't going to be able to go outside, so you need to have what you need because you don't know what's going to be outside? You don't know if it's going to be people. You don't know if it's going to be beings. You don't know what it is. Did we talk about being invaded? Did we talk about that? Did we? Did we talk about the lights in the sky? Did we talk about preparing our minds to see destruction? Did we talk about it? Have we talked about it a lot here? Did I not pull my props out yesterday and said, you don't know what you about to have to do? I talked about that last night, this morning, as a matter of fact, at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, before she might have been dreaming. Because she put this up about 7 to 8 o'clock. And she looks bothered, so she's been up a minute, for sure.
So we're trying to survive off of everything that we can survive off of, and
you heard that? You heard that? This is her dream last night. You heard that. She said, we are trying to survive off of whatever we can find. We are locked in a place in the airport, but everything is destroyed. While this is happening, there are these creatures. But before that, there was these lights in the sky. We was just still in the parking lot, and then it was some lights in the sky. Oh, interesting. Okay.
we're hiding from these things, whatever they is. Now, mind you.
Do we talk about having to stay in the house? And you're going to have to teach your kids how to be quiet because you don't know what might be outside? They ain't gonna be able to be running and hollering and not listening when you say get down, be quiet, shut up, crawl, or skip. They need to be on it because it could cost you and your family. Did we talk about it? Did we? Did we talk about this? Huh? We did.
I said we was in the airport, so we're closed off somewhere in the airport where we're trying to stay away from these creatures. I see this thing.
Tears.
Something like a big, tall, dark.
Y'all, she like this.
Grayish, greenish figure is attacking people, right? So we meeting up with each other around the airport, trying to see if everybody survived. So remember,
who remembers us looking up the definitions or the description, excuse me, in one of the apocalypse, and it described the demons, and they kind of look like Ninja Turtles, like a bluish, like a greenish black color, or like a smoke gray color. Y'all remember that? And they had tortoise shells. Y'all remember? This was one of the entities that was in one of the places. Y'all remember? I said not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Y'all remember? They had like tortoiseshell armor. Their body was one of the tormentors or evil spirits or whatever it was. And then even in He Came to Set the Captives Free, they had tortoiseshells in there too, did they not? If you read He Came to Set the Captives Free, one of the spirits that came to the surface, when it manifested, it had tortoise-like shells as its skin. Did it not? Right? Right? They won't let you post it. I believe it. Interesting. That's crazy. I told y'all they over here. They just blocked the video we just did. Interesting. Let's go.
the white lady, we find her in a fucking bookstore in the airport, which is weird. And she give us hugs like, I'm glad we made it. I'm glad we made it. So this guy walks up to us and he was like, have y'all looked in the mirror? And I'm like, what do you mean looked in the mirror? He said, have y'all looked in the mirror? And he said, we all did. And I was like, what? He said, we all did. We all looked in the mirror at the same time. All our eyes were white. No brown, no black, no colors, no.
In the movies, if they don't show all black eyes, when a demon manifests, what is the other color eye they show? Pure white. But they still be walking around, right? And they can still see pure white. They eyes roll back and all you see is the white part, but they still be moving around, is it not? If they don't show pure black, right, where the eye is all black, then it's all white. Is it not? But think about it. There is no left behind. There's no left behind. Remember we did the class about the manticore, or this being that God said is going to come out and be stinging the people? Did it say it was going to sting everybody? Or did it say it was going to sting the people with the mark on their forehead? People with the mark. Well, if everybody that was, if they was left, then everybody would have probably taken the mark because they wouldn't have been able to eat. So that means there's going to be different people here, because those beings are going to only sting the people that have the mark, which means there has to be people here that don't have it. Right? You said the Apostle Paul says we shall be changed right when Jesus comes on a cloud, but he's not coming 3 times, he's only coming 2. And if there were some tribulation saints that got saved, then that would make him have to come back a 3rd time. I've never, and I've read a lot of biblical books, ones in and out of the King James, never said he was coming 3 times. It only said twice. Everywhere I've read it, it's the 2nd coming, not the 3rd. And so if there was anybody that got saved after he already came, then we would be hearing about a 3rd coming, and we didn't. So that means the church got to be here when all this is going on. I don't know if you saw, but the Catholic Church said they made the rapture up. That's why it's not in the Bible anywhere. I'm going to make me some coffee. I'll be right back. That coffee maker take forever. And those with the mark will still have to be judged as well. That's right. I think people really don't feel like when Revelation says that God was going to give him power to make war against the saints and to overcome them, people don't think that they're going to have to die for what they believe in. They don't believe it. They don't believe that they're going to have to go through the same stuff that the Egyptians went through, that not the Egyptians, but the Israelites went through with the Egyptians, with the Babylonian kings being thrown in the fire. Like, they don't believe that part. But God said it's going to be a whole bunch of martyrs for his name. What you thought, if it happened then, it's going to happen now. There was a leader that thought he was God, and he was like, anybody that didn't bow to him, well, off with your head. Well, guess what? That same thing is coming back. You'll get no benefits from here unless you acknowledge that this person, is God. Ugh. Crazy. Ooh-wee. And now people are having all of these dreams about, I told y'all my son just had a dream recently about, we was standing around and it was this big wall of water, and he was like, Mom, my heart was beating so fast. He was like, but me, you, and the girls, his sisters, and my grandkids, he was like, we got on. He was like, and the water came, he said, but we was over the water. He said, but then, Mom, you have been trying to tell everybody it's not just going to rain this time, it's going to be fire too. He said, and as soon as the water came, all of a sudden you look, he said, and fire just started raining down. This was just last week, wasn't it? He called me last week. I told you about it last week, and then here this lady is, about a week later, talking about this fire that's coming down just all of a sudden while everybody is just chilling. That's exactly what my son said. He said, and nobody believed me. He said, Mom, you kept trying to tell everybody nobody was believing you. He said, but we got in the boat. I said, bet. I think I know what that means. They blocking your comments. I told y'all what they just did over here. The peoples is here. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because we talked about the people pulling up to our grandma's house. We talked about the people clearing the way so that we couldn't get through the alley. We talked about all of it. Did we not? We were talking about it 6 months ago, as a matter of fact. We talked about that they've been watching our block and watching our grandma's house and our auntie house. And now that's a thing. Not only are, amen. We talked about the people that was at the border not being who they said they were. And we're not talking about the Venezuelans. Oh, about 300,000 of them coming over here to the good old US of A through Mexico and other places. And now their people are taking over our damn radios and telling us it's a revolution. Don't be scared. We're already here. Well, I'll be. Who remembers us talking about why the trucks were in our water and why the electricity boxes were burning up? Why? Who remembers me saying way before this, in 2022, it's going to be the water, it's going to be the power, and it's going to be the food. Those are the three ways that you start a certain type of thing. Did we talk about it? Did we? We talked about the water in February, and right after that, there were things that were going into the water that were making the water not safe to drink. And I said, well, certain people work certain jobs that snooty Americans don't want to work because it's filthy and dirty. And so then that gives other people that come over here from other countries, not saying, like, y'all know what I mean. And it puts them in situations where if they wanted to poison us, they could. If they wanted to ruin our food because we lazy and don't want to go to sleep, they could do it. Easily. Very, very easily. Because we're too sedity to know what's going on with our water supply. And we're too sedity to learn how to do some electricity. Why would I do that? And I could just pay somebody to do it. I have the money. Well, good. If they ever turn it off, you're screwed. Interesting. And here we are 3 years later. And we've had infrastructure scares where they shut our planes down and we're able to not go. And we talked about not being able to travel because they could shut that down. We talked about not being able to get your money, and that's happened a couple times since 2022. I said, what are you going to do when they shut your money off? Won't matter how much you have in the bank if you can't access it, or if the machines and stuff don't work and they're not taking cash, then you're screwed anyway. So what are you going to do? You would hope to have as much as you can in your space right now, because one of the things that I see whenever disaster strikes is things are hard to get, like gas and food, the necessities that people always think they're going to have access to. And then they're in a line for 45 minutes or 8 hours trying to just get a meal for today, not even tomorrow. Good night. The scary part is Americans are not alarmed enough to come together. Still. That's scary. Other countries, if that was going on, baby, we would not be worried about, we'd be trying to figure out where you from, who your people is. I'm going to say this, and then we can go. Last thing. Who remembers me talking about Christmas? I said, I don't know why. I just keep feeling like if the people that pulled up on us, you remember? I said, I just feel like there might be something that they do right before Christmas. You mean like tell us, don't worry about it, but we already here? How many days to Christmas? It's 9:23, so 1 or 2 days, give or take where you at. Interesting. Anybody find that interesting? No? Did we talk about we talked about it? Very ironic, isn't it? And we talked about that in like June. It was the summertime. I said Christmas. And look at what all has happened in the last 3 weeks, the last month. Now we got something in the air, and we don't know who or what or when or how. And then right after that, some people from another country overtake. Can you tell me, is Tuscaloosa close to the coast? I'm gonna find out myself. Got a whole map right here. Where's the other one? No. Hold on, let me see where this thing. Where is my? Okay. Interesting. So it's not a ghost city. But what highway is that? You can take straight up from. The 10. Interesting. So you take the 10. Is that the 20? You can take. That's the 10. But why would it go that way? I don't know what highway that is. But from Mobile to Saraland, Citronelle, Jackson, Waynesboro, Thomasville, Demopolis, Livingston, and then there's Tuscaloosa. And it's right at, interesting. It's only 4.5 hours from the coast. Thank you. I'm like, that's not that far. And then too, if you look at this map, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee is what got messed up, right? Am I wrong? It's North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. And in Tuscaloosa, okay, so here's Tuscaloosa right there. Right? This Tuscaloosa right here. So this state, this state, this state, this state, and this state, all around Alabama, got torn up, right? They were affected by the hurricane, but Florida and the other cities got they was messed up by the flooding too. Because remember, it had just happened what in Florida, and then the next week or whatever, it was the other states, right? Am I wrong? Now look, this is why I said you got to be putting your map where stuff be your pins. Okay, so here's Tuscaloosa right there. There's the coast down here. It's 4.5 hours. There's Tuscaloosa. But look, it's Alabama, it's Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. All of this area have areas that's like torn up to shreds. No? They have areas that have been devastated, right? All of these places flattened completely. And a lot of them are like coastal cities and stuff like that, right? Or areas that are and yep, and it hit the same ones over and over. Interesting. Okay. That ain't what I was trying to do. Yeah. Interesting. You know what was down in that area a lot in the last 2 years? Big black trucks. Do you guys remember when the big black trucks kept riding past there? Y'all remember? All along that area, the big black trucks kept driving. Remember, they just kept riding through the hood over there. And now, right in that area where everything has been, and we know for a fact that there are big black trucks that can make stuff rattle and roll. You know, when they need to come through the hood and he beating and it be rattling all the houses and stuff. Like it ain't how you can't hear and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? It's interesting that where they was driving the big black trucks at like over and over in the last couple of years is the same area that they got on the radio. Why they didn't do it in Cali or Montana? Can I ask you a question? Wouldn't it be more obvious if you go to the northwest? Would it not be more obvious? It would be more obvious if you came from the northwest over to the southeast, right? It would be more obvious because that's where you stay at. You stay on the northwest side. But if you drive by the southeast side and drop off some at a couple of little places, you ain't even got to be on the southeast side for what you need to pop off. You get me? You could have did it a couple weeks later. They thinking you doing it today because they see you, but really, you dropped off what you needed to drop off 3 weeks ago when wasn't nobody paying attention. What does sonar do? What does sonar do? Can sonar be used as a tool? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Right. A tool. It can be used as a stick. No? Like a magic wand almost. And those, if it's strong enough, it can cause certain things to happen. Even if you're not right there. But if you have something, say, I don't know, a couple 100 feet down, about 2-3 miles off the coast, and you make a big enough wave, it might be able to start something up. No? If you send out certain, because everything is on what, right? Everything has like a wavelength or a frequency, or and certain frequencies can make water start to churn. Certain frequencies can make, they can do, frequencies can do all kind of stuff, right? No. Frequencies can make your ears bleed. Right? Can frequencies give you a headache? Can frequencies make you sick to your stomach? They can make your eyes bleed too. Make your nose bleed and heart attacks. Interesting. Even a bloody nose. Okay. Anybody been having a headache lately? Anybody been feeling nauseous lately? Equilibrium off at all? I don't know that I've seen it. I might have seen it. Extra tired. What if all of the beautiful light shows that we're seeing are just doing one thing? You have a blood clot in your heart? Oh no. Definitely be praying for you. Are you on blood thinners? Let me get out your HIPAA. I'm sorry. I'll be praying for you. Your headache's mine too. Yes, I was under the weather. Didn't make it to work Thursday or Friday. Interesting. What if they're just emitting frequencies? All the beautiful lights we've been seeing? You said yes, dizziness, upchucking. Oh, okay. What you think? Everybody started feeling sick at the same time. And then it was when all of this was going on. Yeah. They're over every city, are they not? And it's not just our cities here in America, they're over all the cities of the world. People's dreams have been affected. People are having very lucid dreams. Little kids are prophesying. I'm talking about babies, 4, 5, 6 years old. And they dreams is what we read. No, they ain't been in no lost book. Mommy, I had a dream. Daddy, I had a dream. And it was, you said you can't stay asleep to save your life? Interesting. My joints hurt. Definitely. My hips is what's hurting right now. My hips, like it was hard for me to get out of my bed today. I said, what is this? Oh, I've been sleeping. I got my lavender, baby. I'm gonna go to bed. Especially fooling with y'all at 4 o'clock in the morning. My joints have been killing me. Like just my hips mainly. Like bad. Like what? Like what is this? For real. Like I had to take a Tylenol today. It was so bad. 2, as a matter of fact. Yep. You too? Okay. Well, I hope y'all see. They're not just doing nothing, they're doing something. And if we are all having the same symptoms, but we are not all in the same place, you hear me? I have dreams when I take a 5-minute nap. Yep. Yes. Happened to me the other day. I laid back down, got out the bed, went to the bathroom, laid back down, and dreamed. I told y'all about that. It's crazy. They putting something in the air, you think? Well, we was just talking about waves. We was just talking about sonar and what it can do. Y'all remember the cartoons? What do y'all think that they was shooting out of those things? And you would see the wave, and the person would be like, no, my head, right? Wasn't they normally above them when they was doing it? Huh? You said cool, so we need earplugs. Okay. Well, where they at and how many headaches you been having? Dizziness, your equilibrium off, you balance off, you just uh-huh. Oh, I know they are, but I'm also saying it don't necessarily have to be nothing because our government has been spraying stuff in the air that ain't nothing new. That they just do that with seed cloud or cloud seeding. They ain't even gotta go through all that. You hear me? No, you didn't choose, pumpkin. So you don't have to feel bad about nothing you didn't choose. You didn't choose that. God said, I formed you in your mother's womb. He knew with all this going on that you was going to be pregnant. He timed it that way. Yep, you didn't even choose. You could take that off your shoulders. You ain't even got to worry about it. He chose. You ain't even got to wear that burden. I mean, not burden, but you ain't got to wear that weight of you. I did this. No, you didn't. You did not do that. So don't let nobody say, why would you get pregnant this time? This was predestined before Adam. So, you'll take it up with God. Management. Moving on. Are you buying me something for my baby or not? That's what I need to know. That's what I was saying. Moving on. Don't let nobody make you feel bad. A lot of people now restless, can't even sleep when I'm tired, my head beat. Y'all gotta get y'all some of that lavender. You said I had to learn that when we first started. Listen, yes, Pumpkin. Now, what TT wants you to do is start going to the food bank and stuff like that in the pantries, and they be giving out powdered milk and shelf stable milk. So when your baby is off the boob or whatever, because you see that the Infamil and stuff be running out. So you need to get online and look up how all our old grandmas and stuff, what they used to make formula back in the day. Like if you have to dilute it or what do you got to do. I know some of them used not sweetened condensed milk, but pet milk, or they used powdered milk and things like that. So you want to stock up on those things now. So just in case there be some crazy stuff, and ain't no formula, your baby got some milk. 1 years old, 2 years old, they still be on bottles sometimes. So I would be going to every food pantry I can, trying to stock up because carnation milk and Karo syrup, right? I know it's a couple different ways. I know, listen, y'all don't gotta list all the ways. I love y'all. No, we're not doing that. I just told her, go look up online and see all the different ways you can make milk. I know it's a gazillion ways to make it. I do, but we don't have to list them here. I need her to go do the research. She know what she want her baby to, whatever kind of milk. You need to get a substitute for further than a year is what I mean. Shelf stable, that. Because this family of idea, you all the ideas. Just go to YouTube, baby, or TikTok or something. If you want to make nut milk or grass milk or whatever kind of milk you want to make, just get some extra for right now after the baby is off the boob, is all I'm saying. This family, I kind of did it to myself. I can't even be mad at y'all because I did this to myself. I did it to myself because one person, I say, is that the only answer y'all got? It's another something. You guys got to keep looking. Well, now what happens is whenever we give one whatever, it's going to be about 750 other things that you could go to. Grass milk. How do I know? I don't know what y'all be doing. Y'all be making steaks out of mushrooms. And I don't even know what y'all make cheese out of. I still haven't figured that out. So, I don't know. It comes from vegetable proteins or something. I don't know. That's grass milk to me. That's grass cheese. And I mean, it didn't come from a cow or a goat or any other thing that makes milk. So where did you get milk from if it didn't come from something that has milk glands? That's all I'm saying. You said I've been leaning towards goat milk. Listen, baby, get whatever you can. It's okay. Whatever you choose, just make sure you can get a lot of it. If they got powdered goat milk, they do actually, because I have some. Get some of that too. I'm just saying, because cans and stuff sometimes take up, a lot of space. But if you can cram some 5-gallon buckets full of some powdered or whatever, however you do it, y'all know, I just want y'all to be okay. And I don't want my TT babies to not have what they need. So there's that. Milk, you can add that with a little rice or corn, or you can do all kind of stuff with a little milk and some whatever you got, is what I'm thinking. Yep, I found powdered goat infant milk. It lasts 2 years. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Did. She said she found powdered goat infant milk and it lasts for up to 2 years. I'm proud of you. I am. Yeah. Oh, I know about all the mushrooms. I like mushrooms. I just don't. If I want a mushroom, I want a mushroom. And I eat it because it's a mushroom. But if I want a pork chop or a chicken sandwich, I'm going to eat that. Now, I might put that fried mushroom that look like a chicken sandwich on top of the chicken sandwich. But I'm still going to eat the chicken. Bring it on. I'm going to eat all of it. I'm going to eat the lion's mane. I love mushroom. But there better be some meat cut up in there, too. You can give me all the lion mane you want, but then I'm going to need a crab leg on the side of that. Or a shrimp or a scallop or something. I eat all of it. I love mushrooms, all the kinds. Bring them all. I'll eat the bacon of it and everything, but have a slice of real bacon on the side of it. You could do mushroom bacon, real bacon, mushroom. I don't care how you do it, but it need to be some real meat in there and some real cheese. We could do half and half. I'm fine, but it need to be some milk made from a cow on that other side. It's like a now and later, like that. Moving on. I don't even want to think about it because I still ain't figured out how they make them fake eggs. Tell me. How you make a yolk and that white part and it didn't come from no chicken. What is it? Soy? And it's only four in a pack for $19. My foster mom had tons of goats. Always goat's milk is good for babies if they have troubles keeping formula down. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Could y'all be eating the fake eggs? What is they made out of? Not the scrambled kind made out of lentils. The solid one that you could buy at like Whole Foods and they already in halves. What is that? You said $19 for four, please. You can have it. I'm just saying, what is it? It ain't a chicken egg because God made chickens. So I just want to know what y'all made it out of. It might be pickled mushrooms. Because I seen the people on TikTok eating them. And they come in a pack and you open them like this. And it looked like a hard-boiled egg, but it ain't. And I just want to know what they making hard-boiled eggs out of if it ain't come from a chicken. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if it was hybrid or not. God said pray over it and eat it. And that's what I'm about to do. hmm But he made eggs. Now, what man do with them? I mean, hell, we all hybrids too. Let them tell it. We got nanobots and all kind of stuff in us. But, okay. Pickled mushrooms. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just want to know. I be wanting to know, like, because they be making stuff and it look like, but it ain't. So I just be trying to figure out what y'all, you know, where you get those ideas from. And then what are you eating? My mama used to buy all that stuff back in the early 90s, late 80s when that all the veggie food came out, like Morning Star and all that, and we had to eat all that stuff, the fake cheese and stuff. So I'm not a fan of it. And I had to eat veggie sausages and veggie breakfast crumble. And I used to wait till she left it for all that. I don't eat none of that. Mm-mm. Veggie burgers. Yeah. Mm-mm. Anyway, the peoples is here. If you never believed it before now that the people is here, please believe that they here because they told us they here. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying to you? Well, we talked about in June. That's why they about to play me on this thing over here too. I don't know where we're going because now all of a sudden I got two tag flags on this YouTube over here. Last week, the week before it was over here. This is why I ain't in no rush because I don't know what they about to do. And I ain't about to be fighting with folks. mm I really don't know. No, definitely not Instagram. I probably wouldn't make it over there a good 3 weeks. For real. No. I don't know where we're going, but it's looking like we're gonna see. Cause as soon as we got off of there, it said, "Oh, this video can't. We taking it down because it can't be played in some countries." I'm like, what? We played one little bit of the song and that was it. And now they, I don't know if I'm going over there or not. I don't know. I never use it. I never used it. I don't know where we're going. I need to figure it out, but I haven't. Yeah, they on me because a lot of the stuff we talked about is happening. That I wouldn't be surprised if one of the listen. That's why we had to start talking about I don't know. That's why we had to start talking like we had to start talking. Cause remember, every time I would go and do a video, they on some BS over here. So, and then even over here too. When we would, that's how I know the stuff we was talking about was hitting home because look at what all is happening. That's why they was when they was doing it back to back. That's why, because it was they plans for 2 years from then, or a year from then. And so then we can't have nothing going on with this right here. So we got to make sure this is not out. But all of those videos, a lot of the ones that they didn't deem whatever over here, is talking about everything that's going on now. So that might have been it. I don't know. But I know we didn't talk about too much. We just talked about like what do you call it? Like the Ford and all of that kind of stuff. And they blocked that video. Ain't that interesting? Y'all don't think that's crazy that they blocked the video where we was talking about Ford and all of that stuff? They blocked it. And it really started tripping after somebody said if people are unalived in a car accident, is that a sacrifice? And it was like, Rrr. That's when they start not letting comments go and all this old stuff. So they know. They know. They know. What's that? Yeah, they know. Yeah, they do. They know. But we're not supposed to know. We're supposed to just be, ooh, fancy new car, blah, 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 blah. Work ourselves to death for our idol God. Right? Read the room, Mama. Miss Alma. You got to think about it. If we're not saying it's for a reason, you got to just listen. Because if that's the case, I would just say it. The people. Yeah. The people that show up at your door like the Will Smith movie. And they always showing up at people's door for what they posting and what they're saying on the internet. We talked about that as well. And they're doing it more and more often, are they not? And social media stars are coming, or social media influencers are being unalived, and they're coming up missing as well. Or the people are showing up at their house. I find it interesting. They restricting comments too. I know on both of here. That's why I said, like, did we talk about that? I said, y'all, in a minute, they gonna be in, So get it while you can. Because they be trying to hide me. Like, I gotta hit it fast and hard. You hear me? Get it done. Because here they be trying to. That's what I got over here. Don't forget, I'm trying to tell you. That's why our classes had to be boom, 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 boom. Yes, it's a lot. Take notes. Record as much as you can. Get this, because then you're going to have to go back and put the pieces together. But I just got to give you the foundation real quick. People, I just went back and seen the thing. People like, she all over the place. Like, God knew not to let me see them comments back then. He waited till this gig was almost up. You heard me? He waited till this gig was almost up to let me go back 3 years. Because remember, I wouldn't have time to go back and look at the comments a lot of times. He knew what it was. Because my crazy tail had to go look at the date. Girl, this was from 2/2 of 22. No, don't say nothing. It said something. And somebody came in and was like, you just have to let her know. Yeah, she's all over the place. No, the hell I'm not. Y'all just used to a preacher or a teacher only being able to preach on one facet at a time or one issue at a time. Now, we about to run through this because you're going to need to go check all of this because it's not just one thing happening in the world. When the flood was happening over here, it was fires over there. When that wasn't happening, it was wind over here. And then it was something in politics going on and it was something in finance going on. It ain't going to be just one thing. It ain't just one subject right now. We got WW3 on the rise. We got lights in our sky. We got schools might be gone. We got the union board might be the worker board, whatever might be gone. We got somebody talking about taking food stamps away. We got somebody talking about taking people med. It ain't just one thing going on. So me only preparing you or talking to you, she's scaring you. And now they telling people if you shoot the thing down that you're gonna need to have a gas mask and you need to have this and I reposted it. I knew there was another video. Give me 1 second. I want to play this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because sometimes people won't hear from me, so maybe you'll hear it from somebody older than you. Sorry, y'all. I'm probably gonna have some of that apple pie tonight. I didn't eat one last night, but I'm gonna eat some this evening, and I might eat some with that popcorn. I don't know. I feel like my string is. Okay, here we go for this last one. So y'all heard the young lady, and then
out there watching this. Every chance you get, put a little something to the side. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about supplies. Any chance you get, make a little pantry under your house, in your attic. It doesn't matter. Try to start putting you some things to the side. Because if y'all ever wondered why all those bunkers were starting to be created within the last 3 to 4 years, I think if you take a look around and listen, You'll understand they knew something way before they were allowing us to know. And they... Okay, listen to the amount of years he said. Let's go back just a little bit. Because if y'all ever wondered why all those bunkers were starting to be created within the last 3 to 4 years, I think... How long we been here? Good night. How long we been here? Almost 3 years. He said bunkers started being created. A lot of people started buying them 3-4 years ago. What I tell y'all, God kept telling me right before I met y'all, we more than 2.5, girl. Oh, you saying you been here? Well, next month, February is, we got a couple days and we in January. So, we right here. Roughly 3 years. If you take a look around and listen, you'll understand they knew something way before they were allowing us to know. And they still do this. Y'all ever wondered why all those bunkers were starting to be created within the last 3? To every person out there watching this, every chance you get, put a little something to the side. I'm not talking. He recorded that 1 day ago. How long I've been saying that? Twos and fews. Twos and fews. I said you ain't got to start out with a lie. Start going to the food bank, getting as much free stuff as you can, so that way you could take your money and buy the other stuff. Every time you get paid, you get a little bit. You get a little extra money instead of going down tricking it off. Go get you, look on your little list and knock stuff off. Have I not been saying that? Have I been saying that? Huh? When y'all wanted to do a whole bunch of meet and greets, I said I wouldn't even feel good doing it. Because I know y'all about to need that bread. Y'all about to stop, about to spit. No. If you ain't got your survival stuff, we ain't doing not a damn. We did one. I said yes, I would like to meet y'all. But I would feel happier to know that the 4,000, 3,000, or however much you might have spent coming to the meet and greet, that's in your garage or in your basement or in your attic or something. Did I not? Right? We did one meet and greet. Money. I'm talking supplies. Any chance you get, make a little pantry under your house, in your attic, it doesn't matter. Try to start putting you some things to the side. Because if y'all ever wondered why all those bunkers were starting to be created within the last 3 to 4 years, I think if you take a look around and listen, you'll understand they knew something way before they were allowing us to know. And they still to this day don't want to inform us to exactly what they know is going on. So, have you heard that before? By the time they tell you on the news, it's going to be what? I'm pleading with everyone out there. Just get yourselves and your family prepared. With talks of radiation, with talks of nuclear, with talks of the drone. They wouldn't talk about it 3 years ago, was they? Was they talking about that 3 years ago? But it's on our news now. Is it not?
and all these things. You and I both should know by now something big is about to happen. Not gonna happen, about to happen. So many people have suggested in the past stocking up on things and just keeping that for cases of emergency. I'm still letting everyone know, if you haven't done so yet, do it. Every chance you get. Many people say, I can't afford it. Yes, you can, and you don't realize it. The necessities that you think you need, stop purchasing them. And think safety first. Start putting little things to the side. We don't know what to make about what's about to really take place, but if you're paying attention, something big is coming. So I'm...
Huh? Did we? You can't tell me you ain't heard that before. Over and 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 over. I don't even need no flowers, baby. God was telling us what everybody is about to start saying now. He was telling us 3 years ago. You can live without it. And people's like, who is she to tell me? Somebody that care about you. Go through your budget and see how much you spend on hair. See how much you spend on this. See how much you spend on that. And see how much money you wasting, baby. I even encourage people to get smaller homes, smaller apartments, and downsize their cars to make money, honey. Quit grow some locks. Start doing. We was doing nails. I don't get to do them no more because I got an allergy. We was doing our own nails, baby. We started shopping at Goodwill, clearance. Only stocking up, not going out to eat, babe. Not going to the club every weekend. Not popping bottles every weekend. Yeah. And just like I said, and just like
necessities that you think you need, stop purchasing them. And think safe, and everyone know, if you haven't done so yet, do it. Every chance you get. Many people say, I can't afford it. Yes, you can, and you don't realize it. The necessities that you think you need, stop purchasing them. And think safety first. Start putting little things to the side. We don't know what to make about what's about to really take place, but if you're paying attention, something big is coming. So I'm here just advising everyone. Stock up on what you can. Look out for you and your family. You don't want to be the one left in the dark if things get bad.
his name is Generating _X. No I for generation. Generation without an I. _X. Anybody heard that before over here? Everything he said. Just think if you were just now hearing that today. For real. Just think. If you, the things is already, it's already, just think if you was just hearing this the first time today. Because it's some people, today is the first time that this might hit them, that they realize, oh my God, I need to. Hold on now. Y'all heard what he said. We didn't.
To every person out.
Favorite veterinary, I think it's gonna.
We're fighting. We're trying to stay alive. It's me, this white lady, and we're just trying to survive. I can see the airport look like a fucking, like, it just looked like it has been tore down, tore up, like we've been living in this place for like years trying to survive. So we're trying to survive off of everything that we can survive off on, and we're hiding from these things, wherever they is. Now, mind you, I said we was in the airport, so we're closed off somewhere in the airport where we're trying to stay away from these creatures. I see this thing, something like a big, tall, dark, like greenish figure is attacking people, right?
Just look at how she keep holding her hands, y'all. After she describe it, because I can't show y'all because they'll get me on whatever. But look, she keep doing this, and when she take her hands down, you can see her eyes start to tear up as she's trying to describe this dream. And it's like, you can tell she's reliving it. Okay? She just had this dream a couple hours, 14 hours ago now, let's say. Okay, listen.
So we meeting up with each other around the airport, trying to see if everybody survives. So remember I told you about the white lady? We find her in a fucking bookstore at the airport, which is weird. And she give us hugs like, I'm glad we made it. I'm glad we made it. So this guy walks up to us and he was like, have y'all looked in the mirror? And I'm like, what do you mean looked in the mirror? He said, have y'all looked in the mirror? And he said, we all did. And I was like, what? He said, we all did. We all looked in the mirror at the same time. All our eyes were white. No brown, no black, no colors, no nothing. Everybody's eyes was white. And we looked like a zombie kind of. And he was like, we all did. So everybody started looking and just like, what? We can't be dead because we've been fighting these people off, or these creatures, whatever they is, for a long time. So you know how you go out when you come to departures from the airport and you get dropped off, and there's those people sitting outside that can take your bags, and they have like the Southwest, American Airlines, Delta, or whatever. They can take your bags. So it was this black guy sitting there, and he was like, I'm glad y'all survived. And we was like, yeah, we're glad we survived because we out the airport, but we still by the airport. And he looked and he said, it's not over. And he said, it's a certain creature that y'all haven't fought yet. When I tell you, everybody looked at each other, we were so confused. And I looked at him and I said, what? He said, it's not the end of it. Mark my words. Everybody broke down in my dream, and we was just so exhausted. And like, the sky lit up to like this orange bright color. I'm telling y'all, I've been having dreams all week that's pertaining to what's going on in this world right now. Something is about to happen, and I don't know. I don't want to scare nobody, but I feel it. I feel it. And we need to get prepared because something is about to happen that's going to tear this world up. And I hope that y'all love y'all families and that y'all...
She trying not to cry, baby. Now, two things. Y'all remember we talked about the storm clouds? And y'all remember we talked about chlorine? And we talked about Syria. Tia watched Jerusalem on Tubi. FYI, it's but everything we talked about was in the 2015. Okay. Okay. You said Jerusalem. I might have seen that. I might have seen it. I'll look. I think I might have seen that. I might have seen that. So look though. Remember we talked about chlorine in Syria? Y'all remember? Who remembers me telling y'all? I told my ex-husband when I woke up and I was like, I had a dream, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it was this and that. He was like, man, there you go. And then the people dropped the chlorine thing. And I remember I told y'all I had never seen nothing like that because all the babies' eyes were rolled back in their head and they was white. Like the chlorine bleached their eyeballs. There was no black. She said there was an orange light and then everybody's eyes was white. Now this is the crazy thing. Did God not say it's going to be the walking dead? People going to be wanting to die and their bodies is going to be mangled and all kind of stuff. And no matter what happens, they won't be able to die. But they're going to be like the walking dead, like zombies. Did you hear what she said? Our eyes rolled back. After that bright light, our eyes rolled back like zombies. And the man said we was dead, but we was still moving around. You mean like a zombie? That's what she said. Y'all heard it out of her mouth, didn't y'all? Did y'all hear her say it? Y'all heard her. Okay. All these flashes of bright light, all these people that's dreaming, the sky was lighting up, the sky was doing this, the sky was doing that. It was this thing that happened, and God said that after a certain point, He's gonna take death from the earth, and certain people that take the mark or whatever, people gonna want to die and ain't gonna be able to. Interesting, kind of like what she described. She said everything was torn up, but the man said you don't even realize you dead. So it's kind of like when the zombies finally look at each other and they're like, like they be messed up because they know, dude, you should know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with me? They be checking for their arms and stuff like, what the? So they're cognitive enough to know this should not be happening. I should not be able to walk. And it be freaking them out. Do it not, The Walking Dead? A new book for you, CERCA called Servants of Fire, Unseen Warring Angels Fighting for You. Okay. Thank you. So it's crazy how these dreams are like, you said a messed up version of Do You See Me? Exactly. Exactly. You said if they zombies, who is the final boss that they have to defeat? It's not like that. It's not going to be like that. You got to think that the war that is going to be happening, one is a spiritual war, but it's also going to be, at that time, we're going to be running, well, not we. Hopefully it's, because I think it's only for the people to take the mark, and I don't plan on doing that, so let me not include myself in there. The people that take the mark, all of the plagues and all of the things that have happened to the people that chose the devil's side up until now, is getting ready to happen again, but all at once. Like the other girl, what she say, she dreamed about a bug or something like that. It was a big bug or something, pestilence. All of these different things are like, God is showing us like what's on the way. You said you emailed me your dream. Okay, I'll have to look at it. But yeah, people gonna be trying to unalive themselves, because right now it says people are running from death. Nobody wants to die. But at that time, it's gonna be so bad that people are going to be like running and trying to find, and it ain't gonna be here. Could you imagine getting hit by, and being two pieces and you're still alive? That's the zombie apocalypse. But it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be like the movies, because there's gonna be fallen angels and real angels and 200 million soldiers. It never said human. So 100 million of those could be, 500,000 are the evil demons that's coming to fight, and 500,000 are the angels that's coming to fight. It just said 200 million soldiers. It never said all human or what. It never said that. It just said it's going to be 200 million soldiers in Armageddon. So I'm sure some of that will be angelic being. I mean, they're showing up in the heavens already. They already here. They know what's up. They getting in position. They getting in position in real life. I mean, look at everything is the crevices are opening up in the ground. The ground is cracking up. Look at all of these different earth changes we're having, where whole streets is just falling in, and the pieces of the whole whatever. I just seen one in a mudslide, and I saw that the other volcano that erupted again over there in Hawaii. And we just talked about the ring of fire, and we talked about all the earth heating up the crust, and if they get to spewing far, that's rain and fire. We talked about that like a week or two ago, and now I just seen today that it erupted today. Y'all seen it? It erupted today. The 23rd is today, and it erupted. And then did y'all see this lady?
I tell y'all, I believe something weird is about to happen. I've been saying it for months. Why would I just getting off the freeway? I'm like, I know that's not no hot fluorescent pink in the sky. I'm like, let me hurry up and get off this freeway. I got off the freeway. I'm like, that is freaking hot fluorescent pink in the sky. It's 8 o'clock at night. Why is that up there? And why is it that color?
And other people, one lady got in her comments and was like, "Are you in such and such?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my God, I lived there. I saw it too." You ever seen a fluorescent pink sky at 8 o'clock at night? Fluorescent pink. You? I lived in Arizona, baby. They have the most beautiful sunsets. I still ain't never seen no fluorescent pink one. And by 8 o'clock, the sun been set. So where the light coming from? And other people, a lady said, one lady said, "Never have I ever seen this in all my 30 years. And somebody said, Simpsons Christmas episode 2024. Simpsons Christmas 2024 episode. I ain't seen it. Y'all seen the Simpsons Christmas episode? And one lady said, "Do you live in Santa Clara County?" I saw it too. I would have taken a picture, but I had a Lyft passenger. She said, "Yes, ma'am." I saw somebody say that it was radiation. It made me think about the periodic table. Interesting. In the same periodic table, that's y'all niece found Noah's name. Interesting. The same periodic table that y'all niece found Noah's name. Interesting. 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 Who thinks you're crazy for buying those things now? You still think you were crazy for buying those things now? Or I seen a post of the Santa Cruz were falling. Wait a minute! That was Santa Cruz where the man was stuck in the water? Oh my God. That happened today. And this happened yesterday. Oh my goodness. So the pink was in the sky, and then all of a sudden, here we go now, a pier just falls into the ground. It falls into the water. Okay. Excuse me. Nine hours ago, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupts again. It said one of the world's most active, I guess, volcanoes started to erupt once again. Officials said the volcano, which sits on the state's Big Island, started to erupt in the early hours of December 23rd, and the lava fountain surpassed 260 feet as lava bombs were ejected from the vents of the caldera floor. That would be raining fire too, right? Would, wouldn't that be raining fire? And it's water all around Hawaii, isn't it? My son was talking about this raining fire and water, so I'm going to have to send him this. Because remember, he said, Mom, it was water everywhere. He said, but fire started just shooting out the air. This was just like earlier this week. He and I talked about it. Or like earlier last week, he called me and told me about his dream. Remember, I told y'all about it. And I said, yeah, something's about to go on. And now this lady is dreaming about this fire coming down, right, from the air, these fireballs or whatever else it was. It was 2 weeks ago? Okay. Within this week or 2 weeks. Give or take. Okay. And now all of these people are having dreams about either lights in the sky or the sky turning a crazy color or fire coming down. Interesting. And now in these 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever, we got all of these things that are in our skies. And they're telling us they're this, but now they're talking about they shooting them down with deadly force. Y'all seen that? They're talking about shooting them down with deadly force. And I saw something about them flying over a New Jersey power plant or something like that, and they was going ham talking about what's going on. Your cousin just had a dream about water, I'm trying to tell you. He said, I'm just a bit worried about the kids. What kids? What kids? Lights is flickering in the cities. How you controlling people's cars too? Because it ain't just the lights. It's people's cars, they house lights. Did we talk about that? We talked about them being able to play with stuff and turn it off and turn it on. And if you don't, then you ain't going to have. And all of those different things. Because why is all of these whole neighborhoods flickering? Cars sitting in a parking lot flickering. All the street lights blinking on and off. You ever seen anything like that? Because I haven't. And I done been all over this bad boy. Not all over the world, but all over this United States, baby. Been out plenty of times at night. Ain't never seen that. You? You? Your car been tripping lately? Do you have an electric car? How many people have electric cars? Or what is it called? The hybrids, where you can do both. I just want to see something. If y'all been having issues like starting your cars, anybody else, or like your screen's going out or anything. I don't know, Punky. Sis, did you see the post of the drone that was in China, and they used one of their missiles to take it down? Yep. Yeah. My friend's battery died last week. All of a sudden, nearest repair 30 miles away. Interesting. Last week, I thought I was in a quake. I looked at my soda on the table and it was shaking, but no one else felt it but me. Interesting. Her battery was $6,000 with surplusage. Girl, you lying to me. Grapevine, Miss Grapevine, you said her battery. Girl, my car didn't even cost $6,000. You was playing. Baby, my car didn't even go. Baby, I could have bought 2 of my cars for what she paid for that. And she had it. I told her to get a gas car because the pandemic will have her stranded, baby. Listen. And a lot of them batteries come from China and all of that stuff too. And he about to hike it up. That means with tariffs, that battery could be easily $8,000, $10,000 for a battery. Girl, my car didn't even cost that. My whole car. $6,000. Her husband and her bought a Jeep yesterday. Her car won't be ready for a month. Baby, they must have some money. You just hopping out buying Jeeps and you gotta pay 60. Baby, they got a little bread, I guess. Cause, honey, you said service is backed up. Interesting. That's why you need to find you a nigga in the hood. Get you a car, a hood, the ones that hang the cigarette out their mouth and they got a little oil on their shirt and stuff, and they be looking dingy, but they clean up nice. They always got them a nice linen suit and some leather sandals or some. You got to get you a car that Jerome can fix. Or his nephew who just got out of cause baby, he'll take a couple $100 in a 12-pack, baby, and get you moving. And he might have a rebuilt carburetor back in the back from the same vehicle because he thinks them cars is a piece of stuff, but he keep on fixing them. And so he got the parts. You said, yeah, they trying to get those off the street, and that's why I got one. Don't even worry about it. Jerome can fix my car. Jerome, Mr. Titus, Mr. Ronald, they can, and their nephew that just got out of automotive school. They can fix my car. Cause baby, hell, if I get the right tools, I might be able to fix it. Ooh wee, goodness gracious. I don't know if they were electric, but on the way home tonight, my hubby and I saw too many cars on the middle of the road, and sides of the roads broken down. It was rare to see that many cars broken down on the same road at the same time. Florida girl, where was y'all going? Where y'all at? Not where was you going, but what city? Girl, if Leave the World Behind ain't coming to pass in our face. Just like they had that crazy pile up down in Louisiana. The fog they couldn't see. And remember what I told y'all happened to me almost a year ago? It's basically the Orlando area. Been over there. But remember what I told y'all happened to me last year on my grandson's birthday? It was December 30th. And the fog was so thick And God let me get right out of that fog and whip over before all them trucks that was going down there 70, 80 miles an hour was coming behind me. If I would have, my car would have stopped 45 seconds, probably back in that fog, I'd have been done for. And that just happened down in Louisiana. Almost a year to the day that it happened to me. Thank you, Cynthia. Almost a year to the date that happened to me. It happened in the same month, but the next week over. And last night I had a dream of lots of cars crashing on the highway, but I didn't see people. It was so confusing because God knew y'all was gonna see what you saw today. Girl, we just talking about these dreams. Listen, it happened twice. Hmm. This is why I be telling y'all, write y'all dreams down. You gonna know what it's for in a minute. All your dreams, write them down. A young lady said she drove through a portal. Her kids recognized it too. I saw that a couple weeks ago. Last winter and just last week. Interesting. Last night and the night before last. Wow, that makes sense. Interesting. Yes, I was about to go to New Orleans that morning before the crash happened. Mm-hmm. Well, y'all, I guess we in the mix now for real. It ain't no more if it's coming. We just waiting. But at least God prepared us so we could be ready. You know? How y'all feel about that? I've been writing mine and they've been coming back to back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy that everybody talking about getting prepared when the drones is over us and they already talking about making people know. Oh, one more thing. Did we talk about this too?
Today is December 21st, 2024. You guys, this is probably the most serious video that I have ever done with regards to Western North Carolina update. If you have ever shared a video, please share this one. Just in Buncombe County, there were over 13,000 people that applied for unemployment. You guys, those unemployment benefits are exhausting. People are not seeing those extensions. They are going without income here now. By the thousands.
Did we talk about it? Did we talk about that this time it was not going to be like last time with 2020? Ain't no money to be given out. They didn't cut people off WIC and they didn't reduce food stamps. It's not gonna be like 2020. Y'all remember me saying that? Remember I said a lot of people ain't about to be working. Ain't gonna be no work. Remember? Okay? Oh, we spoke about it before that, Juice. We spoke about it in 2022. Promise we did. I've been having trouble with money since we started this journey. Listen.
Agencies that we have, like Evelyn, who help with renters assistance, are exhausting their funds and they're scrambling to try to reallocate money.
Hold on. Why won't let me rewind this? Also, you ain't gonna let me rewind it? Okay, fine.
But you guys, they cannot keep up. They didn't put anything in place here to stop landlords from kicking people out of homes. So by the masses, every week, people are getting eviction notices. They're getting their cars repossessed. You guys, we can't get jobs here. The businesses that were hit, most of them will never reopen.
It's a net or something.
A lot of them haven't been able to reopen because they're having to rebuild. With so many people by the thousands and thousands needing jobs, you can't get a job here, and now they're all going without income. They extended the application process, but nobody has seen an extension on those funds yet. There are already people that have started weeks ago losing those unemployment benefits, and the vast majority will lose them next week, the week after. You guys, the vast majority of government agencies have pulled out. The Red Cross shut down all of their shelters weeks ago. The National Guard moved out weeks ago. FEMA closed their sites down through the 8th and the 9th. The vast majority of the FEMA workers have left. You guys, have only gotten 72 lodging trailers in here through FEMA. There were 470 something people that have already been approved for trailers that have not gotten any housing. There are 5,000 people still in transitional housing, 1,500 people in motels, and countless others who have not been able to get into motels with their vouchers because they were booked solid. You guys, people by the day here are becoming displaced by the masses. I'm not talking a couple. I'm talking there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people here in Western North Carolina who now have no income whatsoever. We are not being talked about on national news. There are hundreds of thousands of people in this country that have no idea that we were hit with a hurricane, and the rest of them think that we're perfectly fine because that's what national news has led them to believe.
All I want to know is, did we talk about it? And didn't I tell y'all that that situation was about to be ground zero for what was going to sweep through the nation? I said, that's the testing ground, didn't it? I said, you do not want to wait. I've been saying this for 3 years, 2.5, whatever. You don't want to wait on your government because they're not coming. You need to have everything that you need so you don't have to depend on the government. Have y'all heard me say that before here? Huh? Y'all heard me say that? I said they're not going to help you. So you need to have what you need to have. Okay? You hear me? People said I was fear-mongering. And now they talking about getting rid of the labor board. They talking about cutting people's Social Security, cutting Medicaid, insurance, all of that stuff. Some people will be too sick to go to work. Some people work, but they have chemo medicine and thyroid medicine and all kind of stuff that they take. Think about all the people that, whether they heard it from me, thank you, or somewhere else, God was telling people to get prepared. In 22, it blew up survival stuff, especially after we started talking about it. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like it might have been there, but it wasn't like it was when we started talking about it. And then it blew up. So for 2 years on Facebook, Instagram, every social media site, even on regular TV, that y'all told me they was having commercials about just having some things. They sent home letters from the kids' school. Think about how many people ignored all of that and did nothing. I'm talking about still kept getting their nails done, still kept getting their hair done, still was going to have them a good time because I only get to live once. And so I'm about to, I know all of y'all heard it because I heard it too. You only live once. I'm going to just worry about it. Okay. Okay. What do you? Now is, where can I go get free stuff? Where can I go? Well, you didn't think about that when you was hearing it. It wasn't important to you because it didn't sound like fun. You did not think that sitting and dehydrating your food or trying to spend your money wisely. You said, do you still have your list of survival kit? Yeah. I have 2 videos, 2 Survival and Survival 2.0 that kind of help with that too, but everything you need ain't on the list because they start blocking my list. So for a whole year, you couldn't even find it. Wonder why? Because all the stuff that was on there was stuff that was coming for them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Survival and Survival 2.0. If they let you find it on YouTube, CERCA TROVA 22, you can screenshot everything and try to hurry up and throw it in your cart as fast as you can and not be buying other stuff, but get what you need. Please. It's mind-blowing to me. And now everybody is talking about it. And it's like, really, it sucks because now it's going to be a lot harder to get a lot of stuff if you just ain't rolling in the dough. But when the extra food stamps was here, remember when I was telling everybody why you got these extra food stamps? Don't blow the extra $200-300 worth of PEBT you get and take that stuff and use it to stock up while you can. Because they're going to take the food stamps. And then they did in March of 23? Somewhere between March and May of 23, they quit giving out like the pandemic EBT. So if you was getting all them food stamps from 2020 to, late 2022 or whatever it was, they cut that out. All the extra money for whatever else might have been going on, all of the extra money for helping getting rent and all of that stuff, gone. Yours has stopped. You said dehydrators have been expensive. You said, yep, fill my freezer. Thank you. Listen. You said borax, lemon juice, baking soda, and Celtic salt in a hot bath to detox radioactive things. Got it. Thank you.
We are not being pushed out on social media platforms. We need help here in Western North Carolina. We cannot wait for Trump to take office. Our care centers where we were able to shower and wash our clothes have shut down. Yeah, they got the city water back up, but there are thousands of people here who don't have homes to where they can just jump in their shower. People, the situation here is so much worse. The places that were hit, the vast majority of the places that were hit, still look like they did the day those waters receded. You might have heard of Swannanoa. You might have heard of Fairview, because they were wider hit areas. But there are places all over Western North Carolina. It is not just Spruce Pine. It is not just Chimney Rock. It is not just Swannanoa. It is not just Marshall. There are communities everywhere in Western North Carolina. You can drive a mile down the road and everything look normal, and then you get to a spot where everything is completely destroyed. The buildings are falling over. The houses have been completely gutted and washed away. You guys, it is so much worse than anybody realizes, and you can fact check me. Put boots on the ground here, talk to any...
Did we? Did we talk about it? Every single thing that she said in there, we talked about. Everything. Not one thing she said we didn't talk about. Two years ago. Almost 3. the people that called you crazy for buying a portable shower. To all the people that called you crazy for buying a tent. To all the people that called you crazy for buying a wood-burning stove that would keep your tent warm just in case you had to live in it. For learning how to dehydrate food, for buying seeds, for buying water filtration systems. I guarantee you there's a lot of people down there because like she said, what good is water and you don't got a house? But if I can get somebody get to a hose or wherever it's some running water, I got a wood burning stove. So I can take one of them cast iron skillets, heat up some water and be pouring it in a bucket, take some cool water, pour that in there, and make me a homemade shower. Now it's cold, right? So we might have to make a spot in here where we dig a hole down or something like that, or right on the outside so you coming right back in. I don't know. But a portable shower, because like they said, the place is closed down where they could go do that. So then how they supposed to wash up? And people's like, oh my God, you're fearing my grand, blah, blah, blah. No, well, now they living in reality. And then the government assistance ain't coming fast enough where everything is booked up. So what you gonna do? Some people can't get no IDs. So how you gonna get some benefits? You can't. And to get benefits, a lot of times you need an address. I know I've been homeless before. And depending on the state or whatever else it is, if you need some, you gotta have, and like, yeah. You said you can find cast iron pans. You can't? Is that what you're saying? We got plenty. They all on Amazon. They at Goodwill too. Some of them rusty. You take your time and get your little elbow grease, honey, baby. You can find a whole bunch of them for a little bit of nothing because people don't know what they're looking at. Because it's rusty, they don't buy it. Well, let me get it for $2. I'm about to take it home, put me some vinegar and stuff in here, and go on and do what I need to do. And then, if you go to any international market, they always have cast iron. Any international market, Spanish market, African market, Indian market, they always have cast iron. Always, 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 always. I ain't went in one that don't have none. Army supply stores, yep. You said no. How to clean them? What you mean? You can look online. It's a couple different ways. Salt and vinegar. People use a couple different ways. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Let it dry. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Rinse, rinse, rinse. And then oil it real good and put it in the oven. Might take a few times to get that rust off, but it's coming off. Yeah. Salt and lemon. People use different things. But you can get it off. And clean it right on up. Because that little bitty one I showed y'all that don't got the handle on the top, when I got that, it was rusted. And I bought it at the Goodwill rusted. Or somebody gave it to me rusted. I can't remember. I either got it at the Goodwill rusted or bought it from, or somebody gave it to, I bought it at the Goodwill rusted or somebody gave it to me. Either way it go, it was rusted. I'm talking about completely rusted, baby. Took my time. It was that and like 4 other things that I got. So I think I did get them at the Goodwill. Yeah. He said us Mexicans can cook in the ground with limbs, leaves, all wrapped up. Yeah. Africans too. In other countries. I mean, if I got to now, don't get me wrong. My people was from the country, honey. They cook hogs down in the ground and all of that. I ain't new to it now. I ain't had to do it, but I done seen it done now. Come on. I got country folks. You hear me? Real country folks. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. You said I've never been to the country. Well, I don't know. You got to start looking up some stuff because, honey, all of these electric things, unless you have a good generator, you're not going to be able to use them all the time. So, I mean, excuse me. You're going to have to find something that's going to, like cast iron, keep your food warm a long time. You said I'm in the country, but I'm around farm fields. I'd rather have more woods. Look, we just got to be thankful. I'm not even complaining about where. Listen, if you have to move, you have to move, right? If you have to go, you have to go. Have your stuff for to go and have your stuff for to stay. But be grateful that right now, wherever you are, that you can start prepping for what's coming. Because none of us know exactly how it's going to happen. But you need to be prepared. I seen my mom clean children straight out the pig. I'm trying to tell you. I told you my grandma had a hog farm. We had a hog pen. Yeah. I don't know how it go. Yes, they stainless steel cast iron pots and pans. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the answer to the problems. This is the thing. People don't believe it, but at least y'all listen. I'm about to go now that we know. I just wanted to show y'all that. And I'm just grateful that God, He warned us. Because now everybody's talking about, oh, they talking about this on the news. And they talking about that, but it's already too late. These things we know. And like that man said, they don't want us to be worried. They already know what's up. They don't want people to start panic buying and acting all crazy and whatever. So when I used to joke about, oh my God, they fighting over the bread, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're getting closer to that time. And it's crazy because people are still not listening. They still, oh, I'm about to turn up and buy blah, 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 blah. And I'm about to get my hair slayed and click, click, clack, 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 clicking their nails together. But all of that stuff is not about to be valuable. It's going to be useless. All the $4,000, $5,000 bags, the rims with the nice cars, because where they going if it ain't no gas? You got 20 cars and ain't no gas, so you just gonna be looking at them. Interesting. And all that money you spent getting them together, you could have been building or stocking, or I mean, y'all seen Leave the World Behind. Y'all see them people house. That little girl was down there, she was chilling. They had all the DVDs because it wasn't no regular TV because the internet was not working, so you couldn't stream nothing. That's the why. Thank you, Auntie. We got stuff like this. That we can recharge. Because we know it ain't about to be no streaming nothing and everything. That's how you get TV now. It's just streaming. Well, we got DVDs. Just like the little girl to Leave the World Behind. Over there at the other house. Well, she was in there chilling, wasn't she? Watching Friends, eating some snacks. Whoever them people was out of town, right? And they couldn't get back to their house. Things like this is gonna come in handy, you know? Stuff like that. It's a pepper pistol. It's a pepper gun for home safety. CO2. 12-year-olds can use that. Yeah. So, for your older children, they have things that open up that come out of there. They have the solid ones, and they have ones that are like pepper balls or whatever else. Like this. Interesting. They take CO2 cartridges. So that's another thing to have just in case. You never know. You know? Did we ever find out who was in the shed and Leave the World Behind? I don't know. I done forgot all about that. We might need to go back and watch it and see what was happening right now, huh? Because it was last year this time that movie came out, wasn't it? Crazy. Wasn't it? It was this time last year that movie came out. Sure was. It was like December, January. Yep, end of December, beginning of January, sometime around there. Okay, so that movie came out. We probably need to go back and watch it. Y'all up for going back to watching it to see what we didn't see last time? Anybody? Hey, Mr. Hardy. Y'all up for it? Let's do it. It's very important. We'll probably see something we didn't see last year because it's been 12 months. So, homework? Huh? Y'all want that to be our homework for tomorrow? Well, tonight, if you can watch it. And then, or tomorrow in the day. I don't know if y'all working or whatnot. All right, so let's watch it again and let's see what we didn't see last year. It's hot. Let's watch it again. So homework is Leave the World Behind once more, and we're a year smarter, right? We've had a year to gain some more knowledge in different areas. So let's see what we didn't see last year or what looks familiar this year. Y'all want to? Yeah. I think we should. Okay. So I'm about to go maybe pop me some popcorn. Since Daniel sent me some popcorn. Probably gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go do that. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. This world is crazy. And we really living in it. It's weird. Love you too. Yep, because they blocked our other one and it was a good class. That's crazy. They said it can't be played in some countries. I'm mad about that. That was a good class we had. And it was like for almost 5 hours long. Raggedy dogs. Bye, y'all.